शांति ही शांति है, प्रकाश पुंज का ये भंडार, हम आत्माएं यही पे रहते, यही हमारा है संसार।
Om Shanti, सबको very good morning. Today, we are going to listen to the Murli of 30th March 2000. The title of the Murli is, In order to keep your mind healthy, take 5 seconds every now and then to exercise your mind. So the song which is played right now was so befitting to this title of the movie, because these exercises that we do in few seconds, reminding ourselves of the entire cycle and the role that we play, is really so helpful to keep our mind healthy. Today, Bap Dada, the resident of the faraway land, has come to meet his children who live in the various countries of this corporeal world. Bap Dada sees all of you, residents of various countries, as residents of just one land. No matter where each of you have come from, you have all originally come from the same place. So now, do you remember your eternal land? Do you not? You do love it, do you not? There are two questions. Do you remember Shantidam, Paramdam, from where we have come, where we originally belong, and do you love it? So two checking points. Together with loving the Father, you also love your eternal land, do you not? Today, Bap Dada is seeing all of you children in your 5 forms. Do you know what those 5 forms are? You do know them, do you not? Remember, Brahma with the 5 faces is also worshipped. Therefore, today, Bap Dada is looking at all the 5 forms of not only Brahma, but of all of you children. So, the first form, your eternal form of a point of light, a shining star. Do you remember your form? You don't forget it, do you? Eternal form of point of light. Now, second, your original form as a deity. So have you reached this deity form of yours already? Third, your worship-worthy form of the middle period. Do you remember that too? Is it all of you that are worshipped? Or are the residents of Bharat only who are worshipped? Think, check, are you worshipped? Kumars, speak up. Are you worshipped? So your third form is the worship-worthy form. Now the fourth one, your confluence-aged Brahmin form. And finally, which leads to your angelic form. So do you now remember all your 5 forms? Acha, are you able to experience all these 5 forms of yours in a second? Another checking. First, do we recognize all those 5 forms of ours? Are we able to stabilize in those forms in a second? You can at least count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of these 5 forms are so unique, so lovely. Whenever and in whichever form you want to stabilize. The method is, as soon as you think of it, you experience it. Just a thought followed by experience. This is called the spiritual exercise for the mind. What does everyone do nowadays? They exercise, right? Just as in the beginning of your world and the golden age was your world, was it not? At that time, you had a natural exercise as you walked and moved from here and there. You didn't have to exercise it by standing in one place or saying 1, 2, 3. Therefore, now that it is the end, Bap Dada is making you also do these exercises. Your body becomes healthy only by doing physical exercises. Similarly, continue to exercise your mind too, while walking and moving around. Children, you don't need to find a special time for this. Aren't you able to take out 5 seconds of any time? Just 5 seconds? Are you so busy that you can't even find 5 seconds? So is anybody here who is so busy that they cannot find even 5 seconds? Raise your hands. Therefore, you wouldn't say, what can I do? I don't have any time. Would you say such a thing? You wouldn't say this, would you? Do you have time? See, Baba is giving us so much to think. What is exactly Baba saying and how I need to implement it? So, every now and then, perform this exercise. No matter what task you are doing, exercise your mind for 5 seconds. Your mind will thereby remain constantly healthy. Baba guarantees it will always be fine. Bhaktada says, perform this 5 seconds exercise every hour. Now he's coming to more of clarity of this exercise. Every hour, 5 seconds. Are you able to do this? Look, you're all saying it's possible. Therefore, you just have to remember to do it. Remember this Om Shanti Bhavan. That is opposite Pandav Bhavan. Do not forget this place where you have literally promised to Baba that yes, it is possible for us to remove 5 seconds every hour. You have many different complaints about your mind. Like, what can I do if I can't focus my mind? You make your mind weigh a ton. You know, in Hindi, a ton, T-O-N, ton means man. And mind is man. So there's so much of load on the mind. You make it very heavy. Earlier days, for measuring weight, this system was used of ton. However, that system of measurement has now changed to metric. You make your mind weigh a ton. That is, you make it very loaded, heavy. However, if you continue to perform this exercise 5 seconds in an hour, you will become very light, double underline point of the Murli. You should then develop this practice. Whenever you want to stabilize in any particular form, for instance, a Brahmin form, then you will experience the Brahmin life. Say angelic form, and you become an angel. Is this difficult for you? Kumars, speak up. Is it difficult? Okay, is it a little difficult? Are you angels or not? Is it you who are angels, or is it someone else who's going to come, you know, from above or something in your dreams or something? So whoever are angels, how many times have you become angels in this entire cycle? Countless times. As many cycles, that many times. So, are you the ones who are becoming this? Acha. Is something you have done countless times difficult to repeat it once more? Is it sometimes difficult? But you know that Baba says, now practice it. Wherever you are, take your mind on a 5-second tour. Double underline point. You like touring, don't you? Immediately Baba is remembering the teachers. Teachers, is this okay? You know how to go on a tour, don't you? Go on this tour and carry on occupying yourself in your work. Go on this tour every hour and then occupy yourself in your work. As you can't leave your work. You have to fulfill your duties. However, you can take 5 seconds, not even a minute, only seconds. Are you not able to find time for this? You find this time. Are you able to find this time whilst you are at the UN office? I was asking Sister Gayatri of New York. Your Master Almighty authorities so when you have to practice these 5 different forms, the Swaman of being Master Almighty authority is equally important. Therefore, what can Master Almighty authorities not do? Bapdada is very sweetly amused seeing one thing in the children. Do you know what is that? You issue challenges, you have leaflets printed, you give lectures, courses. What else do you do? You challenge that you will transform the world. All of you say this, right? Do all of you say this? That we will transform the world? Or is it only those who give lectures who say this? And is it in your consciousness that when I am changing, it is going to change the world? On one hand, you say that you will transform the world, that you are Master Almighty Authority. And then you also say that your mind belongs to you and that you are the masters of your mind, that you are Master Almighty Authority. Even then, on the other hand, you still say, oh, this is difficult, Baba. So would Baba not be amused by this? He would be amused. So when you think that your mind is not listening to you, then you too should be amused with yourself, double underline point. Your mind is not listening to you. Bapdada sees the three types of lines that are remembered for when anything enters your mind. One is a line drawn on water. Have you ever seen a line drawn on water? As soon as you try to draw such a line, instantly it gets erased. So you do draw such a line, don't you? The second is to draw a line on a paper or on a slate. However, the strongest line is the line carved on stone. Very difficult to erase a line carved on stone. Bapdada sees sometimes you children carve a very deep line in your mind, like a line carved on a stone. You can't then erase it. Please scroll. Thank you. You can't then erase it. Even if you try to do so. So is such a line good? As you promised so many times, I will now stop doing this. This will not happen anymore. But then somehow you get influenced by something. Double underline point. Many times we tell Baba, no, Baba, this is not going to happen again. I'm not going to repeat this mistake of mine again. But then suddenly you get influenced by something again. This is why Bapdada does not dislike you children. But he has mercy for you. The previous Murli also had this. Baba is very, very, very merciful. When he sees a weak child, he never has any thought which is having grina, distaste for the child. No. But more of it is the mercy that you are influenced. Therefore, one feels mercy for someone who is influenced. When Bap Dada sees you children with his vision of mercy, then what appears on the curtains of the drama? There is a question that appears on the curtain of the drama. The question is, how much longer, children? Every time you tell me and I say, okay, don't repeat it again, my child. Don't, okay, I'm there for you. Keep your courage. But how much longer? Therefore, you have to reply to this question. Can you reply? How much longer? Can you, Kumars, reply? When will all this finish? The aspect of influence. You Kumars make many plans, don't you? Then ask yourself, for how much longer am I going to still be influenced by everything happening? Are you able to give a reply to this? How much longer this is to continue before it eventually stops? Speak up. Do you have the answer? Dadis, speak up. So Dadi replies, it will continue a little while, in this confluence stage, till the confluence stages. Baba is asking, how much longer in this confluence age is it going to continue? So the reply was, Baba, until we become angels. Baba again asks, when will that be? Baba wants full clarity from our side. So then we come to this point to say, Baba should tell us. And the reply by Baba is, have you to become angels or Father needs to become an angel? The one who has to become has to think about the answer. Baba would instantly say now, then are you ready? Sometimes you don't even raise your hands for even half the rosary. But Bap Dada constantly wants to see the children in their perfect form. So you say that Baba is your world. Bapi mera sansar hai. All of you say this, don't you? Or do you have any other world? Then if Baba is your world, can there be anything outside this world? So, to come out of the influence of different scenes of drama, the yukti Baba gives is, Baba is my world. There's no world other than that for me. You have to strengthen this within your consciousness. If Baba is your world, can there be anything outside this world? It is just a matter of transforming your sanskars. In your Brahmin life, for most of the time, the sanskars are the ones that cause obstacles. Now, whether they are your own sanskars or sanskars of others. All of you have the knowledge. You too have the powers. Then what is the reason for obstacles? Whatever particular power you need at a particular time emerges a little later than when it should emerge. Why do the obstacles emerge? Because we emerge our power, our knowledge a little later than when actually it should emerge. And afterwards you think, instead of saying that, if I had said this, it would have been better. Instead of doing that, I would have done this, it would have been better. However, the time you had to pass that test has already passed by. You even think about all the powers you have. Oh, I have the power to tolerate. I have the power to discriminate. I should use this power. You are aware, but there is just the difference of a short time. What else happens? One is this, that the usage of our powers and virtues and knowledge should happen on the right time itself, not a little later than that. Okay, you were not able to use that power at that time, and you even realize it. What you should have done instead of what you did. You will realize later, what should you have done? Okay, having made that mistake once, you should become experienced. And then realize what your mistake was, so that you don't make that same mistake again. There could be progress because of this. Even then, there can be progress. At that time, you can understand what is wrong and what is right. What you need to do is to make yourself realize very clearly, so that you don't make that same mistake again. However, even in this, the full percentage of you are not able to pass. Maya too is very, very clever. She comes to test you again and again in the same thing. For instance, if you lack the power of tolerance, then even though you have realized that once, Maya will again bring about a situation for which you need that power of tolerance. No, if you have not learned the lesson, a similar situation goes on occurring where you need to use the power of tolerance. And at that time, Maya knows how to change her form. It could be the same thing, but Maya will just change the upper form. It is the same old thing. But Maya polishes it well and makes it appear almost new. So Maya too comes polished in such a way that you don't recognize that the significance of the situation is the same for me as it's happening over a period of time. For instance, you may have become jealous, okay? Jealousy is also one of its type. But it's of many forms. Jealousy can come in many forms. So you would have sometimes think the thing that has happened before was different. This aspect is totally different. You'll feel like that, you know, the situations are different. However, the seed is the same. The form has just transformed. So what power do you need to recognize this? the power of discrimination. For this, Bhagavad has also told you earlier to pay attention on two things. So to use your power of discrimination also, Baba has told us to pay attention on two aspects. One is to have an honest heart. Honesty. That tells you, don't keep anything hidden within you. What will happen when you keep it hidden within you? What would happen if a balloon were to be filled with too much of gas? Eventually, it will explode, would it not? Therefore, keep your heart honest. Okay, perhaps you hesitate a little before speaking in front of other souls. Perhaps you feel a little ashamed, or you worry about how they would see you. However, with realization, have an honest heart and at least put it in front of Bap Dada. Don't say Bap Dada already knows about the mistake I've made. Don't say. Don't say in a way as though you're issuing an order. Yes, I've made this mistake. With your power of realization and your honest heart, place it in front of Bap Dada with your heart, not with your head. Your heart will then be emptied of that rubbish. It will get destroyed. Your heart, that is also the mind, becomes full of little things. And those little things are never big. That you fill your heart with all the little things you collect. Obviously, your heart is no longer empty. And your heart is not empty. Where can the comforter of heart sit? Tell me. At least there should be a place for him to sit or not. So the Lord is pleased with an honest heart. Baba, मैं जो हूँ, जैसा हूँ, Baba, मैं तेरा. Whatever I am, whoever I am, Baba, I am yours. Even Bap Dada knows that everyone is going to be number-wise. This is why Bap Dada doesn't see you with that vision of your number. However, you too must have an honest heart. Just like Baba knows which child is at which number, but Baba doesn't see with that vision. Baba sees everybody as an angel. Similarly, you too should have an honest heart. Secondly, the line of your intellect must always be clear. Your heart has to be honest. The line of your intellect has to be clear. There should be no disturbance in your line. When Baba wants to help you, your intellect would not send a message, oh, I am busy right now. All lines are busy. When Baba wants to reach out to you, your intellect should not say, not now, maybe a little later. There is a lot of traffic jam right now. The line of your intellect must always be clear. There should be no disturbance in your life. The line should not be cut off. Just like on your palms when lines are cut off, rekhain. And they say, oh, it's going very well till here, but in your one stage of life, you're going to face an obstacle, this, that. Otherwise, you become unavailable to receive the extra power, blessings, and help that Bapdada wants to give you at your time of need. If your line is not clear, the line is cut off. Then you're unable to attain what you should. Honest heart and clear intellect. Many children say, if they don't say, they think. Some souls receive a lot of cooperation. This is how they think. That yeah, some people, some souls, they receive a lot of cooperation from Brahmins, from seniors, even from Bapdada. But I don't receive as much as they do. Okay, then what's the reason for that? Baba is bestower. He's the ocean. Any of you can take as much as you want because Bapdada's treasures has no lock, no key. There are no guards. As soon as you say, Meete Baba, Mere Baba, Baba replies, Ji Hazir, I am present. As soon as you say, Baba, he gives. He's the bestower. And he's also the ocean. So what would he lack about? Therefore, pay attention to these two things, right? Honest heart and a clean and clear intellect. Now, don't try to be clever in this. Many of you have become too clever, You try to be clever in many ways. Please check. Do I have a clean and clear intellect and an honest heart? Even when there is little disturbance with the facilities of science, you can see it stops it from being clear. Right? If there's any disturbance of the network, etc., then how you see that it is cut off? It's difficult to work more than that. Therefore, definitely do this. Pay attention to these two aspects, honest heart and clean and clear intellect. This is the last turn of the season. That is why Baba is telling you this. So it's not just for the double foreigners, it is for everyone. Homework is always for everyone. But as you are in front of Bapdada in this last turn, Baba is saying this to you. Bapdada has seen that there is still one particular sanskar, you can call it your own nature. So even though each one of you have your own nature, it's only when you have love for everyone and everything, when your relationships are successful, your thoughts are victorious, your words are full of sweetness, then you are called one with an easy nature. Then you have love for everyone. When your relationships are all successful, your thoughts are victorious, your words are full of sweetness, then you are called one with an easy nature. You should not have the opposite of easy nature, this careless nature. Carelessness is something very, very different. An easy nature is recognizing the time, recognizing the person, recognizing the circumstances, and thus making yourself very easy. To be easy means to be in harmony. Do not have a very tight nature of being too official. To be easy means to be in harmony, in balance. So you don't need to have a very tight nature of being too official. It is very good to remain disciplined, official, but not too much. Now, suppose you become official, but at a wrong time. then at that time, it no longer appears to be a very special virtue, being official. No matter whether you are young or matured, you should be able to mold yourself and be flexible. With the grown-ups, you should be able to become like them. And with children, you should be able to become like them. बड़ों के साथ बड़ा, बच्चों के साथ बच्चे. With your companions, you should be able to continue with them as their companion. With the elders, you should be able to carry on with them and have regard for them. You should be able to mold yourself easily. Some people keep their bodies also very flexible. They're able to turn here and there and whichever way they want. However, if they are too tensed, they are unable to turn themselves, mold themselves. You shouldn't even be careless. It isn't that if you are easy and careless about everything. Do not then say, well, Bap Dada told us to be easy, so we have to become easy. To have an easy nature means to be able to adjust your form according to time. It's completely a different interpretation. Sometimes we see to feel easy means, it's okay, we should not, if we cannot do it right now, let's postpone it. I'll do it when I have a nice mood. It's too much right now for me to do this thing. Baba says you have then a careless nature. Acha, you double foreigners have received a good chance. Look, even the Madhuban residents have not got this chance this season. And foreigners have had 2 turns. Therefore, you are the especially loved ones. Even Bap Dada loves the double foreigners because, you are making progress very well with your courage. You have very good courage. You're courageous, aren't you? You're not the ones who become confused, are you? So do you become confused? Oh, you're not saying yes. Bap Dada has seen that previously you used to become very confused. Yes, now there's a little difference. You have courage. And because of your courage, you also receive Bap Dada's help. So you yourself can see the difference. Can't you see? Is it different from before or is it not? There are now less stories. You have to keep them short. Do not tell your very long stories. Definitely speak. Don't keep it in your heart. That's also one point. But keep it short, no? There was a person who wanted to share the heart out with someone and he took 11 hours talking, expressing to that person. Baba says, if you have a clean and clear heart, an honest heart, you will express, but you will keep it short. Instead of expanding something by using 10 words, you can relate it in 2-3 words too. And now you're going to increase in numbers. Even now, they have increased, right? Has it not? The number of double foreigners has increased. And they're even going to increase more. Since the number of you is increasing, you will have to keep up everything short. Nevertheless, most of you have a clean, clear heart. You don't hide things so much. However, Bapdada calls a clean heart a heart that does not have any old rubbish of nature, sanskars, words, or thoughts. Whom does Baba call having a clear heart? The one who does not have rubbish of nature, sanskars, words, and thoughts. When the day comes, when both Bharatvasis and dumb foreigners all form a queue and say, okay, okay, we are all okay, double okay. When will such a day come? All of you have made the application for everyone to come. Take a second's drishti. नहीं हमको बाबा की दृष्टि चाहिए, एक सेकंड के लिए भी दृष्टि चाहिए, प्लीज हमको बुलाओ. Bab Dada also says, okay, your desire will be fulfilled today. However, children, you should also bring about such a day, no? When all of you form a queue and come in front of the dadis or in front of Bab Dada and say from your heart that now you are absolutely okay. Is it possible? Kumars, is this possible? Then Baba asked the whole gathering, okay, when will it be possible?
Shanti Krina Ben.
Yes.
It's already 6:21 and we're running on behind time. Is it okay if we continue rest of the Murli tomorrow?
Yes, yes. So we have come to the question that when is it going to have time? When it's going to happen? Right? Means the point was that you have to use your powers and your qualities, but you know, you fall short of time, and after the situation goes, you use it. And again, there's so much rubbish within us of our old nature and sanskar, so we are not able to mold ourselves very easily. So all this was the reason why Baba is asking, when is it going to happen? When is the transformation going to take place? How much more time do you require? So that was the point where we were. Yes, Rakhi Bhai.
We can take few moments of pause and then we can share the points of the Murli that touched today. Can we do that? We can unmute ourselves and share our takeaways from today's Murli.
Om Shanti, sister. Good morning,
Om
everyone.
Shanti. Yes.
Beautiful Murli and very well rendered. And it really touched our hearts of each and every point. My takeaway point from today's Murli is I would like to practice the Panch Swarup. Take out 5 seconds every now and then for myself, and would like to give drill for my mind as I give drill for my physical body. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, sister. Shanti Baba. Om Shanti, everyone. I really like the celebrated portion, the point that Baba says, please open up your heart to me. Need not to shine, need not to worry. I would only give you a drishti of being an angel. You would be seen in a queue, in a number wise, but you do not have to be afraid of it. You can let out your heart free to me. That was like a friendly version. The way sister told it, it really meant that we need not to hide or think or worry of anything. We have to just be. That is my
Honesty.
Honesty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Baba.
It's about keeping your heart healthy. Your mind healthy.
Sir, I was listening to one of these programs on Spark. I know I should not take away others' point, but I'll keep it short. There's this point from the Spark wing. There was a video, the psychology of suppression. How people try to keep up pent up thoughts in their minds and end up being mentally ill. So there was a very good program, and now the way Baba has also mentioned it, that you can let things out to him, it makes really a gateway for people to be free and open and mentally healthy. I mean, honestly, it is in that way, once you are opening up before Baba, then you really get a relief in mind.
Absolutely. Otherwise, the mind is loaded with too many thoughts. Complete blockage is there within to practice or, to implement what Baba is saying.
Om Shanti. The point that touched me today is when Baba says you need not have to be official all the time. Need to be very easy and mold yourself. And what I could see for myself is being professional, that 9 hours, 10 hours, you're so professional that at times your way of being becomes so official that even people at home say you're not at office, you're at home. So practicing that is something which I will take on, just be easy.
Just
And being
remember,
official
Brahmin
becomes
life is a life to enjoy, whether you are at office, whether you are at home or with your friends or at Seva. You have to enjoy it.
Because being professional at times, it becomes easy to be like, okay, har cheez ke liye can I come so easily. Now just molding that to being okay with people. You do not have to be official. That's the point I'll take on. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. See, everybody has some or the other old sanskar, working. So you need to recognize that, what is creating actually a block in molding yourself, in implementing Baba's vidhi at the right time of the situation, or am I getting influenced by the external situations? That was also a very, very valid point. We are coming out slowly from the influences of the outside world.
Om Shanti Didi. Will it be possible to meditate 5 forms this time, right? 5 seconds. How is it possible in 5 seconds?
Yes, why not?
Please, Didi, if it is possible, today we can meditate.
Yes, why not?
Thank you so much, Didi. Thank you.
So let's go into that exercise. It's always nice to do an exercise for the mind. So keep this thought in your mind. That the mind requires a lot of exercising with a balance, of course. 2-3 days, Murli is also, Baba says, churn, because it's a good habit to throw a stone in the mind and try to experience the ripples. What are the different thoughts that are connected with it? And you find yourself very healthy. So Baba has given this exercise of the 5 forms. And so go to your beginning, the originality, to our dear soul home. And see yourself at that eternal point of time as an embodiment of light. as pure energy. Completely with Baba. Now, start traveling down on this beautiful Earth planet, which is a place of great expression and sharing and experiencing. And you slant so smoothly, so softly in the Satyugi womb. And experience the pure vibrations flowing from yourself to the body, to the mother, and to the entire atmosphere of Satya. Royal, divine, unique. Now move on to the worship-worthy form that Baba has created out of you as a remembrance for the Bhagats. And see yourself in a temple. See a worship-worthy form. Everyone having so much of love and respect. They're full of praises for you. And they're so assured that they will never leave your temple without getting what they want. And now come to the most beautiful period of the entire cycle. It's the dawn period of Sangam. You meeting Baba personally on this planet. And you realizing that my father has come back to take me along with him. And now enter your form of an angel, which tells you that you've completed all your efforts and that you're ready to fly with the Father. Light in self-luminous form, with complete honest heart and a clear and clean intellect. You gently fly, holding the hand of Avyakta towards your final destination. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, Krinaben.
Jai.
Thank you so much. We shall continue with Krinaben tomorrow as well. See you everybody at 5:30 a.m.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.